Welcome back to the discussion segment of Idea Morning Digest. It's good to know you're still watching. Today we'll be talking about tackling Nigeria's pollution, local solutions, and the plastic bag ban. Today's conversation, trust me, couldn't be more urgent and timely as the world marked recently International Plastic Bag Free Day. Nigeria's battle with plastic pollution entered a new chapter as environmental advocates ramped up calls for stricter action and community-driven solutions. Last week, a renewed international spotlight fell on single-use plastic bags following different activities in different parts of the world, and down to our locale, a symbolic cleanup campaign led by Tech Hub at the University of Abuja, an activity that mirrored broader concerns about the country's mounting waste crisis. Despite bans on plastic bags in states like Lagos, Rivers, and Abia, enforcement remains weak, and the streets of Nigeria are still littered with polythene and sachet waste. Experts say the pollution not only clogs waterways and contributes to flooding during the rainy season, but also fuels health and security crisis, particularly in densely populated urban areas. As Nigeria struggles with these challenges, attention is now shifting to local innovators who are reimagining, I beg your pardon. However, accessibility and affordability remains barriers. Like, why does saying goodbye to plastic bags matter so much? What's the real cost of plastic pollution in our economy? And what role can innovation now play in fixing this problem? Joining us now to unpack all of this is Mr. Oluwatosin Christopher, a sustainability advocate and deputy programs officer at Tech Hub, a climate-focused organization working across Nigeria to promote environmental action and green innovation. You're welcome, Mr. Oluwatosin. Good to have you.
I'm happy to be here. It's exciting to be here. And it's good to talk about plastic waste, climate and environment action. That's what we enjoy doing.
Yeah, I think let's even start from the start.
Okay.
What would you say is the situation right now in Nigeria? Let's not even speak about Africa, in Nigeria, with the plastic waste. What's the problem now? What's the situation of things now?
It's actually bad.
Oh.
It is. I have to just say that. But I think it's not far from. We are not far from redemption.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not good because globally we have about 5 trillion numbers of plastic bags being used yearly. And in Nigeria alone, we have accumulated plastic waste. Annually, we accumulate about 2.5 million. And Lagos, of course, being the big brother, they have they use about 870,000 of this waste. That's what they amass yearly. And with the way things are going, let's even put the statistics aside. Look at your streets. When there is this little wind, you see plastic bags all over there. You see them on landfills. You see them clogging our pipes. You see them blocking our waterways, leading to flood. And we keep having these issues around flood. Just recently, the list is endless. So you see, that's when you asked me earlier, I said it's bad, but we're not far from redemption. If we now do the right thing, I think we can get ourselves out of this.
All right.
It's good to know we are
From them, right? So still talking about local activity and the implications, and Clean Tech Hub recently organized a walk, I think, against plastic bag. So I want to understand on ground from real time evaluation.
Yeah.
What did you notice when that work was carried out, and how does it reflect Nigeria's current issue with plastic bag usage?
Thank you. So, Clean Tech Hub, we pride ourselves with this title, ecosystem builder. Not just people, not just organizations. We also build our community, ensure that it's clean enough for people, and we drive this change through collaborations. So when we came up with this idea in support of the Plastic Free Future campaign, so to commemorate the International Plastic Bag Free Day, we decided to have 3 events in one. That's the first day we had a debate among schools. We brought students from 4 different schools. They debated on this. We're able to drive this into their mind and make them environmental cautious, and we are happy with the results we got with that. The second day, we had a webinar attended by major stakeholders driving these solutions, and the third day, we took that to the institution. So as the Deputy Head of Programs at Clean Technology Hub, it's as much as it's important for the organization, it's important to me, and it's also important to the portfolio lead who worked on this project to ensure that we bring students, those who would contribute to this change in the near or the nearest future, to the forefront. So we collaborated with University of Abuja. We are happy that they were open to collaborations. We had the backing of the Belgian Embassy, the Ministry of Environment, and other stakeholders. So we went to University of Abuja, and we did not only clean or make the student clean. It was symbolic. It was a means to give them a mind shift from, okay, this is what we know. This is the effect, cause-effect analysis was made. We had a sensitization, and interestingly, different persons in the institutions who are high officers also came out and participated in that event. So we cleaned, we also talked, so that when we leave there, they would continue with it. And I'm so happy. One of the major persons from the institution who joined us, right there, he told the students, now that you've seen this, we want to make sure that every month you take out some days from your lecture time and clean your environment. So we are happy with the results we got so far.
I think that was very symbolic, and I like that happened. But regardless of efforts like organizations like Clean Tech Hub, we still find out that regulations and enforcement are still difficult. So do we need 10,000 organizations to go around cleaning? Because I'm wondering, why is it still difficult to enforce the no plastic use or, don't litter anyhow? Why is it still a big challenge?
Thank you. 10,000 organizations going around cleaning will not actually solve this problem, because people will keep using it and dropping it. Yeah. Let me even give you this very relatable example. If you go out to the streets, to your local vendors around the streets, those stores, to buy things, how many plastic bags do you bring back? So this shows, the statistics shows that we only use one for about 12 minutes, and about 160,000 of it are manufactured every minute. So if these are manufactured and they keep coming, and you keep getting that, we call it black nylon. You keep getting black nylon. Every time you buy sugar, you get the black nylon. You buy salt, you get the black nylon. You buy Maggi, you get a black nylon. At the end of the day, you have like 20 in your house in a day, or let's say less. So it's not about how many organizations going out to clean. It's about driving, which is the symbolic part, ensuring that we all have a mind shift. We change our mindset when it comes to plastics. We understand that this is not our friend, though convenient. It's very convenient, but it's not our friend because it's causing more problems. Same streets, you see pipes getting clogged, and those things can be very notorious. Those very tiny ones, they block your pipes, they block your waterways, they become landfills, and it's difficult to get them away. And if something that you do for 12, let's say 12 minutes in a day, you only have it with you for 12 minutes, and it stays on, it creates a problem for 500 years. Imagine. It is penny wise, pound foolish.
Okay, so why is enforcing this difficult? Because you've spoken about the problem, but why exactly are we not getting it right with the enforcement of policies or enforcement of regulations against plastic bag use, for instance?
Thank you. Firstly, the sensitization.
Okay.
There is something called in programs. It's important when you're implementing a program, you understand one thing. We all have to agree that this is a problem first. So we've not come to a point where we have all agreed that this is a problem, including those in power. We all have to agree and see this as a problem. It's called problem statement. It's called problem identification in programs. So if we do a good thing with sensitization and education, and we are able to get the mind shift, then policy is very important. I'm glad when I saw that of Lagos State, and this came from a project that was done in 2020 in support of UNEP, UNIDO, I think UN Habitat, in collaboration with Lagos State. So they had this survey. They found out a serious issue, and this led to what happened in 2024 last year when they now began to push against it. Now they said, okay, we cannot take out all of the plastics. We have not gotten to that. Let's be realistic. We have not gotten to that point. And we cannot take out all of the plastic bags because we have not gotten to that. You know the manufacturing gap in this country. But any material that is below 40 microns will be removed. Those nylons, we call it nylons, those ones are very tiny. It's even difficult to collect them, nor recycle them. Between 3 to less than 6% can be recycled, and it's a problem. You can't recycle, you can't reuse, and that's why we have accumulation of those materials in the house. So now they push for these policies to stop SUPs, which is single-use plastics, which includes any nylon bag that is below 40 microns. Others can be reused. The ones you put your clothes and give to the tailor, the ones you put your shoes, the ones you take out, those ones can be reused, of course. And that's where they're looking at. Not complete phase out, but ensure reuse. And they also, with sensitization, it's easy to push this. The styrofoam, the polystyrene, all of these are part of that category, including those red cups we used to take wine, the ones you go to corporate organization, maybe banks, disposable cups and all of that, straw, all of those things, the food pack, the styrofoams also are part of those that are phased out. Now, Lagos has, though contributing to the chunk of plastic waste we have in Nigeria, like they are the major offender here, but they have taken the step to lead the way. So if this can also be replicated across, then we can begin to see ourselves like the likes of Rwanda, like the likes of Kenya, and other countries who are implementing this. It's working. It's possible. It's possible when we start small and we grow from there. We'll have a plastic-free future, of course.
Okay, I like the fact that you're already throwing the spotlight on innovation and all of the plastic alternatives and solutions. So I would like to ask that what are some of the most exciting local innovations you have seen? Because I know I've been following up with Clean Tech Hub, and I saw that they shared, I think, what do they call this clean stoves and all of those things to women in underserved communities and all of those things. So what are some of the exciting innovations you have seen so far?
There are lots of them.
And also, let's talk about the sustainability of it too.
Thank you. There are lots of them. There are lots of them, and it's exciting to see. I was at the UN House to commemorate the World Environment Day a while ago, and I was given a food pack with hot jollof rice in it, and chicken, and it was plastic, and it was paper made. Paper. Everything, the sauce, the everything contained is still there. Nothing has changed. And it's quite interesting because we have organizations who are doing that. Clean Tech Hub is dedicated to incubating and accelerating organizations like this. So through our EcoFintech project, through our She Sustain Cohort 1, Cohort 2. Now, we already put out a call for application for Cohort 3. Through this and so many other projects we've had, including the Climate KIC project that you were talking about, the SGP project by UNDP, the projects by other projects by UNEDO that we've undertaken, has equipped and trained people on how to do this. And we're happy to see a lot of organizations taking this up. We have some in Abuja. Everywhere I go, I always mention EcoBata because we worked, they also passed through the She Sustain Cohort 1. We have Trashmonger, we have some in Enugu. Recently I went to Kano for a project, and I was so happy to meet someone who was part of the EcoFintech project, who is also doing so well in Kano. So it's interesting that we have local organizations building alternatives. They now make bags, recycled bags that are recycled. All these things are collected and made into baskets that you can use on your day-to-day runnings. We have the paper alternative. We have plant-based materials that are also made, which are good alternatives that even when they are out of use, the end of life does not cause a problem. They will just deteriorate easily into the soil.
Tosin, you're speaking with so much passion, but there are lots of people who would argue that plastic is very cheap, more convenient. And you just spoke about the paper food pack at the UN house. Imagine that you went under the rain with that food pack. There are people who would say, why will I have to hold people under the rain when I cannot tell how long it will last? So what do you have to say to those kind of people? Because that's also a real issue. At least with plastic, you can go under the rain. But can you do the same with paper?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I like that. I like that. You see, let me take the first one. That is the cost. It looks cheap, but it's not. It's not. Because how many of those things we call black nylon, do you accumulate in your house in a month? Now, the person who has given you that 20, that local vendor who has given you that 20, if he decides to give you an alternative, maybe the cost of purchasing that may be a bit higher, but in the long run, you find out that this one is the cheaper option because you accumulate this and not use it, but you have this one and you're able to reuse for a very long time. I have one in the house that can last more than 5 years. So each time you go out, you just take it with you.
I think some malls are adopting that.
Good. So then when it comes to sustainability of the plastic, this particular one I mentioned, it's a consolidated, compacted paper bag. There is a way it was made. Even when you pour water into it, it will retain it. So technologically, I know we can improve on those things. And just as I said earlier, some bags are plastics, but less than the 40 microns. Well, we can still use that. While there are other ones that are recycled already. You see, they are made like baskets. The threads are made from this waste and are made into a woven bag. Now, this woven bag, though from plastic, but you can use it for a very long time. Then there are other plant-based alternatives that are also good, that can withstand rain, that can be used. So there is a lot we need to do when it comes to technological development, ideation, innovations. But already we have what prototypes and examples of things we can scale. Yes, you see money. Take, for example, the clean cook stove that we distributed. Though we had a community business school with these women to make it easy for them to know how to make money and adopt sustainable solutions such as solar, such as the clean cook stove. But this clean cook stove, what does it use? The first lady launched a project just recently to supply to 80 million households clean cook stove. What do they use? They use what we call briquettes. Briquettes. These are made from rice husk. These are made from agricultural waste and made into briquette that you put in that clean cook stove and you cook your food, fine. Then it reduces CO2 emission, it reduces other issues that associates with this. And we also look at the possibility of leveraging existing existing technology. If you go to some sites in Abuja here, for example, you go towards Apo, after the mechanic, you see Ecobata, and you see different sections. You see Trashmonger, you see different sections. They have the sorting side. They have Ecobata has this reverse vending machine, where if you put your plastic there, it gives you a credit unit. If you put a metallic, it separates it and gives you
As
a unit.
cash.
As
Yes,
cash.
it's
So
cash.
as units. So these units can now be
Translated into
cash. And that's the same thing. The person we met at Kano, that's what they are also. They are weighing. They go the way. They pay people and they go with it. And they supply organizations that now make all these plastic chairs and make all these other things. So it's a big business right now. And it's a long value chain. Is it that you are collecting? When you're collecting, you're making money. You can also have a recycling, a collection hub where these things are brought. You are now the one collecting from people, you're weighing and paying. Or you now go into the manufacturing phase where these things are being recycled and manufactured into things that we use, things that would last longer. So it's a huge business right now. It's a big business. And that's why in some places you hardly find these PET bottles on the floor. People pick it and...
I think that must be why after events you see people scrambling around.
Exactly.
They didn't drop the update.
Exactly. Yeah, they didn't drop the update. And there's a lot of money. There is a lot of money in this. It's the new good mind.
What I'm thinking.
I see that happening in Germany, so I was like,
the society that's free from plastic.
Thank you. This is a big topic that we keep talking about, and it will give us so much joy to see that we begin to adopt these solutions. We don't want to cause bigger problems for just a few minutes of convenience. What do I mean? Few minutes of convenience. 12 minutes of just buying something and dropping, and you create a problem that will last 500 years. And this problem go on, affect our children, and our children's children, and more generations. Imagine buying a waste that will last for 500 years. Then it means when I'm gone, how many generations would partake in the problems that brings about? We are approaching a very delicate phase. It's called the hothouse earth through all of these activities. And it's so delicate that if nothing is done, we would have to migrate and keep migrating. We'll lose our lands, we'll lose resources, we'll be running around for our lives because we have made the earth uninhabitable. We only have one earth. So it's important that we protect it. It is true that we cannot turn back the hands of time, but we can actually achieve what is called a stabilized earth, where we now begin to take out this waste and transform them into money. But most importantly, what I would say is that we want to have the right mindset. Right mindset. When it comes to this plastic, don't say, "Oh, I am not concerned." You're concerned. It's going to cause flooding. It's going to. It adds to the problem around heat, where everywhere is hot. We're having heat strokes, and some of those who participate more in this are also women. You know, our mothers at home are the ones who go to the market to get these items. About 14% of women die more in natural disasters, women and children, than the men. So when there is a natural disaster, if one man dies, 14 women and children will go for it. So that is why if we are at home, from the home front, from our locality, from our communities, from our households, we want to begin to think of these alternatives. Go to the supermarket with a nylon, go to your local vendors, don't ask for, give me leather. Go with that one.
Don't be shy.
Keep going with it. Yeah, I met someone who says she goes to big supermarket. At first they were looking at her, this is weird. But now when they see her, she's coming with her bag. So they put everything in her bag and she goes back home. She's not taking anything with her. So I think we can all adopt that. Then government can also help us push this policy further.
Thank you
Very
so much,
cute.
Tosin, for coming.
Thank
Very
you for
cute.
having us.
We hope that when
Thank
we
you for
call
having
you
me.
next time, you avail yourself.
Of course. We are happy to do this again. Thank
so
you.
much. So as we've heard today, local solutions exist, and Clean Tech Hub is one of the organizations leading the charge. But real change will only come if all of us, you and I, citizens, leaders, businesses, take responsibility from ditching the nylon to embracing innovation. The movement has already begun. Nigeria can lead Africa in building a circular economy where waste becomes wealth. Until we come your way next time, do well to follow us across all our social media platforms and ensure that you do not contribute to the problem we are having in Nigeria. Thank you so much, Cynthia. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Chinatu, and of course, Oluwatosin.
Thank you for
And with
having
that,
me.
we say bye for now.